Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase and review we're going to be looking at the brand new Transformers crossover. This is Megatron type Godzilla figure. So we're going to have a look at the entire contents of the packaging, see what he comes with. We're going to have a quick look at him in both of his modes to help you decide how you want to display him. We're going to have a look at him compared to the original owner of the mold, just to, I suppose, see how different it is. And because this mold is getting just as many uses as a Seeker mold at the moment, we'll have a look at him compared to a few of the others as well. So as always, loads to get through in this video. So as I move all these out of the way, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if you'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now, please. And also to thank In Demand Toys, which is the shop that I purchased this from. Right, before we have a look at the actual figure, we need to look at the packaging. The packaging is beautiful. It doesn't fit all on camera at the moment, so let me just move this up. So this is, of course, the brand new Synergen X, which, of course, the Zoids crossover with Diaclone is going to be that as well. They're both celebrating their anniversaries. That was why this came out. If you can see at the top, it says Godzilla's 70th anniversary and indeed Transformers 40th. It is a Takara Tomy exclusive, and it is, of course, a T-Spark figure as well, which is the new, I suppose, yeah, it's the new sort of toy line that they're really pushing with regards to the AMT stuff as well. There we go. If we look on the back, we can see both modes. We can also see the Optimus that I'll be reviewing very, very soon as well, and we can see everything that comes with him. He does come packaged in this giant, is it like a clamshell plastic casing anyway, with the 3 bits of blast effects down the one side, which are there, and a bright silver gun which was packaged there. Right, let's get the figure up, let's get the camera at the correct angle, and let's have a look at him, and you guys can let me know in the comments if he's different enough for you to warrant yet another use of this mold. I just love this mold. I've just grown up as a kid with the Dinobots, always loved them, thought they were fantastic, so any Dinobots for me is great. And I'm sure you can see and appreciate there's quite a few differences in this. Now, whether or not you want to get another one, that's entirely up to you. I'm going to start off with the negatives at first. Now, there is such a thing. I used to work in a factory making plastics as mold degradation, and I think unfortunately only on this part here you can see how sort of loose this is here. Now that could be, as I say, I'm sure this is the 5th use of this mold in a short amount of years, so mine could just be my copy, who knows, that it's a little bit loose, and you can see there it may or may not come off. But that is literally the only tiny negative I have with this product, but I have to let you know, because in case it happens to yours, it could just be mine, but it might not happen to you. But again, just letting you know. So if you're unaware of this mold, we've got quite a bit of articulation actually. You can see that the head itself moves up and down, the neck as well will spin around. There's like a shoulder joint for the small arm and an elbow, which I just said there can be quite loose. We've also got, like, I suppose it's the top of the hip of the hind leg. There is not really oh yeah, there is, of course there is, there it is, it's the knee bend that was really stiff, and the toes and the heels you can move as well. You can't move the tail, you've got a tiny sort of swivel there, which of course is due to the waist articulation in the main robot. But the detail on this guy is great. I love that translucent blue. I love the gold teeth. The red inside just looks spectacular, and all these bits of extra detail on it look really good. And there, of course, is your Godzilla Transformers logo. It's just popped out typically. Let me just clip that back together at the bottom, which again all looks fantastic. Now you can, and let me just do this for you, let's show you what the blast effects will do. So I can't remember the exact figure this is off. It's too small to be the Jetfire one, but it's definitely like, well, I think it might be a Mega Supremes. I could be wrong, it could be a copy of that, but I think that looks really good, to be honest. You can, of course, as well take the blaster via these 2 ports, and you can keep it safe on the back like so if you wanted to. That's fit in perfect. It just looks good. The color scheme just really works. So here he is compared to the original. Have I got enough space to fit them in? Just about, if I take the blast effect out. So this was the first use of the mold. This is your Studio Series 86, which I want to take the opportunity again to remind people, don't pay scalpers prices. They are reissuing this mold. If you're watching this in 2025, they are reissuing it in 2025. So there you go. You'll be able to get this particular one again, which is great. So look at the color difference, huge color difference, really striking. again, I'm biased because I love Dinobots and I do like this mold, but yeah, I do also appreciate that it's cheeky that it is using this mold again. And you know, perhaps it would have been nice if we'd have got some spines and stuff on the back, etc. Could have been a little bit nicer, let's be honest. Right, let's bring in just very quickly this guy here. That is your Commander class Optimus Prime, which you can see he actually towers above, which looks really good in my honest opinion. I've just got a few other random figures here to give you an idea of size and scale. So there, of course, he's sometimes classed as leader class, but only with the extra parts, but usually is more known as a Voyager class figure. And then if we go right down to a Deluxe class, you can see that he really does start to tower over him. However, you can have a lot more fun with him with the core class figures because he completely towers over them. But to be honest, guys, there's not much more to say about it. It's a mold we've seen loads of times, and I'll give a list of them in a second when we come through to the second part of the video, where we're going to come right back and have a look at him in his robot mode. Okay, then we're back for the final time with him in his robot mode. Apologies, no transformation process on this video. That's because you've probably already seen it's already uploaded if you want to watch it, and because it is absolutely no different to the other uses of this mold. But the thing about this, and hopefully you'll get to see now, is it just really works. It shouldn't work. I've read some comments that it's a lazy crossover. I don't know if I agree with it being lazy. I mean, perhaps, as I said, they could have done more. Perhaps they could have put some more spines or something in the back. But I don't really know what to say. As I say, a Godzilla crossover for me, it seems to work with Megatron. The head is just great. Let's zoom in here. I don't know what else they could have done. If perhaps people could let me know exactly what they did mean. You can rotate the head all the way around. It will look up and down, no problem whatsoever. This is the bit that I was on about with these. Look, if you bring this, I'm just trying to bring it down, as in I want to move this joint here by grabbing this, but when I do, oh, it's worked typically now, but it just pops out quite easily. Much easier, funnily enough. I've just transformed this one back and nothing happened with them at all. They seemed really, really rigid. But anyway, as I say, that's my teeny little nitpick from the back. Again, look, there's the Godzilla logo at the front. All this bit here, the fact that they've coloured them all in differently, just really works. There's the bits that are on the top of the leg when using the dinosaur mode. The gold now works even more, I think, as it's more striking there. He does still, yes, unfortunately have the forearm gaps there where the fists did come out of, but I give every single figure, no matter who makes it, a sort of get out of jail because you can't see it from the front. So for me, and you know, that is a little bit daft. You can argue with that if you want, but if you can't see it, you can't see it. Standing at the side, of course you can, but you know, most people tend to display their figures from the front. So for me, it sort of gets away with it. You can angle these up if you wanted to perhaps give him a slightly different look that you wouldn't do with Grimlock. This will also pan back as well, so you've got borderline like giving him a cape, to be fair. I think that looks all right, to be honest. The silver on the feet works really well. There's no actual chrome, it is just all the paint. The rest of the articulation is as follows. The arms will go all the way around unrestricted. You can get the full T unrestricted. You can swivel at the shoulder, you can flex at the bicep, you can rotate the wrist and the fist, you can even turn it in a little bit, but of course that is for transformation. You do have a full unrestricted, even though there's all that on the back, waist rotation like so. You don't have an ab crunch, that is coming from there. So you can sort of say it is, but it's not really, let's be honest. It is mainly coming from the hips moving. You can kick the hips past the point of the splits, take them back level, and if you bend at the knee, you can go way past it. To be honest, you've got your thigh swivel, knee bend, ankle tilt, rock, toe. Is there a toe tap? No, the toe doesn't tap, but the heel comes down. So fully articulate. Let me just tidy this all back up, and again, I think it just really works. Now, of course, because he's got the blast effect for his mouth, I would presume, let me have a look at this, that you could pop this, yeah, there you go, you could pop this on the end of his normal blaster. They perhaps might not all fit, but you could if you wanted to. Again, it is blast effect compatible, which I think is cool, and I've really started to enjoy these blast effects over the years. So there's not really much more to say about him. I'm going to bring in some other uses of the mold in a second. There he is, still towering above Commander class Prime, which is great. What's he like compared to this Prime? Is that a bigger one? Oh, he's towers over him as well, to be honest. I wasn't expecting that. Let me bring in a few other figures again, just to give you an idea of size and scale. So that's as good as being a G1, because it is the G1 cab, but just updated with the colours. And again, if we go through a few little Optimus Primes, the reason why I use Primes is because, let's be honest, most people have at least one Optimus Prime. So this will give you an idea of scale. That's the Earthrise, but of course it's the Netflix colours. That's the core class. And then even for you third-party collectors, there is David from New Age, and Masterpiece collectors, there is Jinrai, which again isn't very big compared to this guy. This really is, and this is why I like it so much. And when it first came out, it's a proper, what I would class as an old school leader class figure, because it is huge. So very quickly, again, look at the differences between this and the original owner of the mold. Huge differences. I think the fact that they've coloured all these in just works really well. I suppose the only thing missing, and I mean this from the molds, and I'm not giving them any more ideas, is the fact that we haven't got a toy deco yet. So what I'm going to try and do here very quickly, and I'll definitely do this in a short in a second. So let's go first use of Grimlock there. I'm going to adjust the camera in a second for you guys. I think, depends what my memory's going. Was it Shattered Glass next? Can't 100% remember. Then we've got G2 Yellow. Then we've got G2 Blue. And of course, and I don't even know if you're going to be able to see this, but just in case you can or can't, there is Megatron Godzilla. But there you go, guys. That's all I've got to say about him. I think it looks great. Let me know what you think in the comments. Optimus Prime coming up very soon, so you'll be able to see them together as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.